It is a delicious holiday side dish and the perfect way to get the kids to eat their greens. Here to share her creamy Parmesan spinach, we welcome back kids cooking instructor Julie Mary. Thanks for stopping by. It's so good to see you.
You too.
I'm very impressed. You can get kids eating spinach in any form.
I think they're surprised and their parents are shocked that they're eating it. But
I love it.
I've seen it happen in action. So
I love a creamy, cheesy spinach anything. So let's jump in. Where do we start?
I'm going to get this guy going. We're going to add a couple teaspoons or ish of butter just to get that melting. If you want to measure half a cup of cream.
Okay.
We will
get
those warming up while we do our other prep. This is a really fast recipe that you can do as your last recipe of the day.
Oh, that's so nice. Okay,
so we'll go ahead and pour that in. Now, I have a grater right there with that Parmesan for you. If you want to start grating that, we need about half a cup.
Okay. Does it go one way or both ways?
I just go out.
Out, okay.
I always tell the kids, away from your fingers, please.
Okay.
I'm going to chop up a couple cloves of garlic while you're doing that.
Yum.
I like to tell, or I just assume kids see this and they think green spinach, but what I tell them is if you like spinach and artichoke dip, it's very similar, except just minus the artichoke. So it's a nice creamy Parmesan sauce. Butter is in there. Of course, it's going to taste good with our garlic.
Oh my gosh, all the best things.
Yeah, and very, very simple. So,
all right, let's see how much progress I've made here.
I think you're looking pretty close.
A mountain of Parmesan cheese is happening.
The cream and butter get melted together, and then we're going to add this garlic. And as soon as they get warm enough, we'll add more. We'll add the cheese.
Do you have favorites to make with the kiddos this time of year when there's so many cozy festive dishes?
Well, I tend to do a lot of sweets because that's what the kids are definitely going to eat.
Well, that's super fun too.
But yeah, this weekend I have a Thanksgiving side dishes class, so we're doing sweet potato fries, just little alternative stuff. Sweet potato fries, which most people like.
Everybody loves that.
This dish we're going to do, and I did this last year with some kids, and I also did this last year at Thanksgiving with my family. So worked out good. It's going to start smelling
by all. Okay,
really good in here. Now, would you like to zest some lemon just right over the top?
Okay.
What I always say is just do a couple, tap it. We don't want to get any of the white stuff because that's bitter.
Okay.
We just want the bright yellow stuff.
How much of this?
Just do a few little taps.
Okay.
You can already smell it. It smells amazing.
It smells so good.
Now, with the kids, I tend to leave out chili pepper flakes, but we're going to add just a little bit, little shake in there. The recipe calls for about 1/8 of a teaspoon, but just eyeball it, a couple little shakes. Again, I always take a pull, and most people don't want that spicy.
Okay. How's that?
Perfect. All right, we'll switch back.
Beautiful.
And add a little pepper flakes. So this is already bubbling, so that's good. So that means the garlic is starting to cook. The butter's melted. The cream is warm. So if you want to come over and you can have you just gradually add the Parmesan.
Okay.
It's kind of like when you do a fondue, you want to just gradually add the cheese so it's time to melt in. Not all in one clump. Oh, it smells amazing.
I know, and this is like little puffy cloud of Parmesan. Oh, yes. This is beautiful. Okay.
And the Parmesan's pretty salty cheese, so we don't need a lot of salt in this recipe.
That makes sense.
Now, you can go ahead and just sprinkle in the rest. This is going to thicken up a little bit. And then in just a minute or so, we're going to add the spinach to warm it up in the sauce.
This is cool. This really is coming together in real time.
Yes. And then breadcrumbs on top. So what I did, you could do any breadcrumb you like, grind them up. If it's fresh bread, what I did is I found cheesy breadsticks. And I put them on my food processor. I toasted them. They didn't get small enough, so I toasted them and then ground them again. So I have these delicious,
what a great idea,
breadcrumb
more
topping.
Cheese,
more
really?
Cheese, please.
Okay.
So we're going to add our spinach now.
That's a nice helping of spinach too.
This is actually, amazing. This is a 12-ounce package of spinach, and it's just perfect for this. I tend to double or triple this recipe. Sure. Because as you can see, this isn't going to make very much.
Oh my gosh.
And once this warms up, we put the breadcrumbs on top.
Okay.
And that's it.
That's it.
You can keep this without the breadcrumbs if you want to make this an hour ahead. Just keep it in like a 200-degree oven just to keep it warm on the day because everybody's fighting over the stove or the oven. That's a good idea. So, but this is literally when I did this last year for Thanksgiving. I did it last minute, and everybody was done with the stove.
It's always nice to have that kind of one go-to thing you can do in 5 minutes or so. Am I going to dump all these in, or how much?
You could just sprinkle some in, and then I can just so we get an image of what it looks like when it's done. This just adds some lovely texture on top.
looks so pretty.
I don't know if the spinach is going to be quite warm enough, so I'm just going to give it a couple more stirs and then we'll have a little sample.
I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, cheese on cheese on cheese.
I know.
I think the answer is yes to that.
So what I like to do, and then just sprinkle a little bit extra breadcrumbs just for visual on top.
Yes, beautiful. Okay.
Hopefully this is warm enough, and I have a fork for us.
Oh,
so
that
we don't
smells
have to.
so good.
All right, here we go.
This.
Cheers.
Okay, cheers. Oh, that's so nice.
Can add a little pinch of salt at the end, which I did not do, but that will help. But garlicky, parmesan-y, creamy. Can add
I'm just
more
inhaling
cheese.
spinach. Don't mind me. Everything's fine.
You can add more cheese. You can add a different
I got
cheese.
too excited.
I know. I know.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We'll have this recipe and more about Julie on our website at katu.com. We'll be right back with more Afternoon Live right after this.